temp, but remember, we can't use what? Can't use degrees C. You gotta convert it to Kelvin, so add 273. So that's what you do, and just solve for X. Here, let's try this one. You ready? Here we go. Okay, so, here's your first one. I have a volume of 20 liters at a temperature of 127 degrees Celsius. Remember, cannot use Celsius, you gotta add 273, those temps. What's the new volume? The temperature is negative 73. Well, the thing is, even as you look at this, you know your answer better be lower than 20. If it's getting cold out, think the Mylar balloon, shrinks down. So you know that's gotta be a lower temp, or a lower volume, doesn't it? Because you're going with a lower temp. So here's what you do. You take your first volume, you take 20. Divide it by your first temperature. Remember, you have to convert it into Kelvin, so add 273 to those temps. Gives you 400. Equals volume 2 is X. And then your second temp is 200. There you go. And like I told you guys, I cross multiply, so it's 20 times 200 equals 400x. Then divide by 400 on each side, and that should give you your answer. And hopefully it's less than 20 liters, I hope. So as it gets cold, the volume is going to decrease, isn't it? What'd you guys get for an answer? I got 10 liters. Get 10 liters. There you go. See, these are pretty easy to do. Just plug your numbers in and solve for the unknown. If you would, turn the back of your notes, and on your practice quiz, let's see, what one are we on? We do number, let me see, did we do number 6 yet? We're on number 5?
We did 5.
Oh, you did 5, right, so number, yeah, number 6. So do number 6, but remember, degree C is not our friend. So looking at number 6, once again, you're going to take your, let's see, the first volume, gas sample, pressure, and the temperature. Oh, this is Gay-Lussac's law, actually. All right, so Gay-Lussac's was, all right, with this one, it's P1 over T1 equals P2 over T2. That's the one you want for that.
Are you going to give us this on the test? Or we have to memorize this?
What's that?
Do we have to memorize the laws too?
No, because I'm going to show you a little trick. Now, you'll notice that I think down the bottom that I kind of wrote down, the question was, do we have to memorize all those stupid formulas? No. All right. You'll notice at the bottom of the page, see at the bottom of the page with your quiz, I put this. I put P1 V1 over T1 N1 equals P2 V2 over T2 N2. Now, that will be written all over the exam. Don't have to memorize it. It'll be given. I'll give you that one. So you don't have to memorize them, but here's what you do. You go ahead and look at number 6. Look at number 6. You got pressure and temperature, don't you? And see how it says N and V are constant, meaning they don't change, meaning they'll divide out on either side. So here's what I want you to do, watch. You'll see this, let me erase that. You'll see this formula written all over your exam. This is every formula you need. All right. See here it says N and V, number of moles and volume are constant. Or, the other thing is, if they're not mentioned in the problem, assume they're constant, if they're not mentioned in the problem. So what do you got? We got a pressure and a temperature. Pressure and a temperature. All right, pressure and temperature. We don't have number of moles, not mentioned, volume not mentioned. Erase it. All right, and erase it, and erase it. Boom, there you go. There's your gas oil you're going to use. So whoever's constant or not mentioned, just erase them, scribble them out. And here's the gas oil you'll use. You don't have to memorize each single gas law, don't worry about that. Then plug your numbers in. So now you look at number 6, what do you got for numbers here? Okay, I have a pressure of 1400 and a temp, so we got 1400 at a temp of 100. Uh-oh, wouldn't it have to be 373? There you go, so 373, because you can't use degrees C. What is the new pressure, which would be X, if the temperature has dropped to, 211.8. So what would that be for, you gotta use a different temperature, don't you? Why'd you put 373 there? So what's this other temperature gonna be? 71.2, I think. Or is it 61.2? Double check that one.
You don't trust me? I still got 230, so that must be right. Right, that's it.
It came out to 230, surprise, surprise.
I know. Means I did it
Yep.
right.
And I do believe, so, this temperature is at 61.2? I do believe, there you go. This is another one of my quizzes I made up. All the answers try to come out the same. I got 230. You get 230 again? There you go. Very good. That's how you do these gas law problems. Going back to your notes. Remember, I got the other quizzes I have, but they don't have the same answers. All right, they're mixed up a little bit. Let's try this one. Now, this gas law here, this is called the combined gas law. And number of moles are constant. Number of moles are constant. So once again, you could write this overall equation down, just scribble off number of moles. An argon at 2 atmospheres of pressure, volume of 500, temp 200 K. So it's already in K, so we don't have to change the temperature. Change the volume to 100, crank up the temp to 400. What is the new pressure? What's the new pressure? So plug your numbers in, it's all for the unknown. That's all you do. Plug your numbers in, it's all for the unknown. So once again, this one, we're going to go 2 times 500 over 200 equals first pressure, second pressure, X times 100 over 400. There you go. Now, you guys remember the trick with the zeros? Remember how to simplify with zeros? I don't know if you remember this trick. Remember this trick? Watch. You can do this on a calculator. I don't know if you remember this trick? Watch. I got 2 zeros up here and 2 down below. You can simplify them. Hey, look at that. Ooh. Look at 2 zeros here. 2 zeros here. Look at that. But remember, it's got to be equal number of zeros. If you take 2 off the top, you got to take 2 off the bottom, don't you? Remember that? Now you can do that without a calculator. Now it's real easy to do. 10 over 2 equals X over 4. See, now you remember that little trick. That gives you 40 divided by 2. Anybody 40 divided by 2? Anyone? It's that new math I'm leaving out. I got 20. 20? 20? There you go. Marcus, you get 20 back there. You guys in the cheap seats, you get 20? All right, good. If you would, on your, let's see, try